Hey there, and welcome to Rockwall, Texas Living, the web's biggest blog on the smallest county in Texas. I'm your host, Evan Matteson.
And I'm your co-host, Richard Matteson.
Location, location, location.
Absolutely.
That's what they say. So what we want to do today is we're expanding on what we talked about yesterday of location. And again, this is in the mini-series of location, condition, and price, the three most important factors in your home's value.
And for the most part, location is unchangeable.
Yeah.
Seen too many houses moving around you? Not too many.
Not too many. So let's talk about exterior location and like how that can be affected. So if you're in a neighborhood and you're keeping your house up nice and everybody else is letting their house
go.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. That's going to affect your value. And you can't move your house out of that scenario. So that's why when we come back to location, we're saying it's a fixed variable for the most part.
Right, and if we turn that all around and your whole neighborhood's fixed up, they look beautiful, and you got old junk cars in the front of yours, that's going to affect their price, and the HOA will be knocking on your door soon.
And actually, I would actually say that if everything's nice around you and yours is the worst in there, you're actually probably going to get more than you deserve on the price, because someone is going to say, oh my goodness, look at all these other houses, this one could be like it. But you're not going to get market value. You're still going to get under market value, but you're going to get probably more than what you should get.
Right, and the other thing we're talking about is just if you're near a street, boy, you better think 30 years ahead.
Yeah.
Because just like in Rockwall County, a lot of 2-lane farm-to-market roads are now becoming 4 or 5 lanes wide. And housing subdivisions that are on those who have that initial house or two going into it are now getting pushed right to the edge. You know, they have that road coming right up to them.
Tell them about the client that we had that was backed up, actually.
Right. We had a client that was backed up to a road that was just a 2-lane road going out into the farmland. And over a period of years, that was all grown up. There was this grocery store and other things in a nice market area out there, and all of a sudden you got large trucks going up and down that road to deliver, and all of a sudden the city says, oh man, we got to make this the 5-lane road with a turning lane. All of a sudden in the backyard they're experiencing a lot of noise. They're experiencing a 2-lane road ending up being a 5-lane road.
And so just to give you a picture of what that can do, say on like a $250,000, $300,000 home, that's going to affect the value negatively up to $30,000 or $40,000.
Right.
And so when you're pricing that home, you have to take that into account. And you might look at other homes in the neighborhood and say, but they're getting this price.
Right.
Well, you have a deterrent basically on yours, and you have to drop the price to make a buyer willing to purchase that home.
Right, and then there's some other exterior...
yeah, we've been talking kind of about the negatives. Let's talk about the positives.
The exterior influences. You talk about being on a lake or being on a stream or anything like that that's going to have some beauty to it, or being backed up to trees or a green space. That adds value to your home ready for sale.
Yeah, and typically, and we'll see this in new build communities, a lot of times those lots with those sort of amenities, they're actually going to carry lot premiums, and so you'll pay $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 more because the builder recognizes that someone's willing to pay more.
Right. It doesn't even have to just be in the back of the house. It could be in the front of the house. We're selling one right now that has a beautiful green space in front of it. You look out the front windows and you see nothing but green and trees. It's a great thing.
So location is important, but it's fixed. There's not a lot you can do to change it.
Right.
So you need to be aware when you're buying that you're thinking ahead in the future, and then when you're selling, you have to be realistic and make sure that you're accounting for all the negatives and positives that can add to your value. Well, we're learning a little bit more about Rockwall, Texas and real estate together every day. See you next time.